Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing a pre-owned Audi S8. Depreciation has not been so friendly to the S8. You can get so much car for the money with one of these used. Before we get into this review, I do want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Young Audi here in Layton, Utah for some time with this S8. I'll include a link to the website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood we have a twin-turbo 4-liter V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 563 horsepower and then 590 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So when it comes to design, the Audi A8 is pretty understated, I'd say. And look at the hood, for example, they don't have anything crazy happening there. And then, you know, we've got Audi's normal cool kind of turn signal and headlight design. But, you know, you've got cool headlights and all of that on an A4, for example. So, again, nothing crazy there. It does say S8 in the grille. But you can see, I mean, looking at the front end, in person it's large, but some people might mistake it for basically just a giant A4. Now around the side here, our steering wheel setup is 265 by 40 by 20 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you got the silver with the blacked out trim. You also have the red brake caliper, which I think looks really cool. And then notice how there's some body lines happening here on the side. But again, nothing crazy. This car is very understated overall. And this, of course, leads me to the key fob. We've got our lock and unlock function. You got the opening for the trunk. The Audi logo says S8 there on the back. And we'll pop it open here. And this is pretty cool with the storage area. Again, this is a huge car, so you've got tons of space. That's fun with the red coloration on some of these floor mats. Almost smells like perfumey. I know you guys can't smell through the camera, but that's why I'm mentioning that. And then it's actually automatic for the lowering, which is another cool feature. And then look at these taillights. Really cool with the sequential. You've got the light bar here on the back. S8 down below, and then you've got the quad outlet exhaust tips, and yeah, overall it's a cool look. Now this of course leads us to the most important part of the S8, and that's the back. So we've got really nice trim here at the top. You can see you've got the sunshade there as well, and this is cool with the trim down below. And then look at the Alcantara and the more soft touch trim, and its little storage pocket as well. You got all the controls for the windows and the sunshade and all of that. And then look at these seats here in the rear. Really nice design. And then you've got tons of space here on the back. Look at this. It's like a private jet lounge. And you got more of that carbon fiber trim, which is pretty cool. And this is nice for the storage pocket. See for the vents. Got some 12 volts here as well. And then we've got this whole pull out with the center console. It's nice with the trim here. And then this is a little screen for the back. You do have your own like climate zone and all of that, which I'll just turn on the car to show you. So now that the car is on, you can see we've got our climate controls here with the heated seats. And this even has the silly mirrors in the back as well. We also have our own sunroof here in the rear, and then there's a nice premium headliner. There's also a sunshade for the back. So yeah, we're lounging back here. Now this leads us up front. Again, you've got that soft touch trim here at the top, and then more of the nice trim down below, as well as the storage. And this even has these come with heated armrests, I believe, if I remember right. And then we've got all of our window controls, memory seat function, and then here are the front seats. Again, get that cool quilted design, seat adjustments there on the side, and then getting in is really easy. Such a solid sound with the door, the seat. We've got light controls there. And then we've got this digital cockpit. Again, this basically has the same system that you'll see in other modern Audis. Got all of the controls here on the steering wheel, nice stitching on the airbag cover. And then we've got our little paddle shifters there on the back. And nice trim overall, and same thing in the dash. It's soft touch all across. Got the heads-up display there. And then if we actually pop down, 360 camera with this. See, it says Quattro across. And then this is nice with the trim that goes across. And then we have the secondary screen down here for all of the climate stuff, basically, so your heated, cooled seats, temperature. And then you have the main screen up top, which is like your infotainment system. You got to click in. It's kind of like a little mouse keypad in a way. And then you got a bunch of different drive modes with this car. So kind of lends to the customability. Anyways, let's use real words, customability. That's what I said. I think heat's gotten to me. So here's the little covering over the cup holders, and then got carbon fiber on the shifter. It's kind of dorky, but I like it. Parking brake, and then we've got the double center console with the phone charging pad. Nice trim here on the top. And then again, we got that premium headliner with the sunroof, and I don't think this has the original window sticker in it. Quickly check. Yeah, no, not in it. So starting price on one of these S8s was like just under 130 grand. So if you had some options, you could easily get to $140,000. And this S8 is now in the $50,000, mid $50,000 range to be exact, after just 4 years, because this is a 2020. And so this car has experienced about 60% depreciation compared to original MSRP, just over 4 short years, and you know, several thousand miles. So I don't know, I think that's pretty crazy, so we'll sum things up. Oh, Audi S8. First off, visibility throughout. It's actually pretty good. It's a big car, but it's pretty easy to see out of. And we are going to talk about the S8. So I've got quite a bit of experience with this and the A8. And basically, again, like I said earlier, S-Class competitor. It's really what this is going against. Now, the thing with the Audi that I think is a benefit over the Mercedes is it's not nearly as flashy. Now, some people might not like that, right? If you're spending, you know, one of these brand news, $130,000+, you might want something that is a little bit flashier. But, you know, I'd say for someone spending $50-something, maybe you don't. Maybe you want to experience the luxury car stuff that this has, like the air suspension, for example, and you want the crazy V8 that's under the hood and all that, but you don't really want people to be bothering you because of what you drive. And that's what this car does. It really does fly under the radar quite well. And you know, it's got some cool tech, but it's not quite as crazy as like an S-Class, which I think is going to lead to this being probably more reliable long term in the S-Class. I mean, time will tell on that front. But Audi seems to do a pretty good job of making their stuff simplistic. Now, I've driven this and I've driven the A8 quite a bit. I'm just a little bit strapped for time, so I can't do a full review. Sorry about that. This is my last review of the day, and I just ran out of filming time. But super smooth with the air suspension. It's not quite on the same level as the S-Class in terms of cloud-like feel, but it's close enough, is what I would say. 360 camera system is really helpful. So overall, luxury car depreciation has always been brutal, and it will continue to be, you know, brutal. And the reason that it is that way, it tells me I'm hitting the truck, but I'm not even. Weird. It'll continue to be that way because the people that buy these cars brand new, they're always going to want the newest, best thing. So you've got that group of people that basically is, you know, they're always going to be buying the new stuff. So that's going to put more of these on the used car market. And then when it comes to the used car market, well, these cars are pretty complex. And so the assumption is it's probably be expensive to maintain. That's the assumption. Expensive to maintain, generally speaking, on the used car market means that you'll have greater depreciation because people won't want to pay as much money for it if they're going to pay more money to keep it on the road. Hopefully that logic makes sense. So that's just always been par for the course. And then cars in general, here in the US market, they don't have good resale value typically because everyone wants trucks and SUVs nowadays. So the cars tend to dip a little bit more. And so, well, what I'd say is one man's trash is another man's treasure. I'm not saying this car's trash. What I'm saying is some rich person's going to buy one of these brand new, and they're going to continue to buy these brand new, and then they're going to trade them in. And, you know, because they're like, oh, it's not good enough for me anymore. I need a new one again, which, you know, fair enough. And I think this one's got like 50-something thousand miles. Yeah, I can't remember. Whatever, I think it's got like 50-something thousand miles, but regardless, yeah, a person gets rid of it, and now for you get to experience basically 90% of what that person experienced for their ownership but at a significantly lower price. Again, 60% lower than what this was brand new, which I think is really cool. And again, you look at this interior and everything, and you know, obviously it shows some wear and tear, but it's, a lot of it looks pretty much new and a lot of it functions like new. And so you're getting all of that, but yeah, it's crazy. Let me know what you think.